Hello everyone, my name is Caden K from Hide and Seek, and welcome to a brand new video. I was a little too lazy to slap on my contacts, so we got these bad boys for today. So you're going to see a nice little glare on my face anytime I attempt to talk. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, grab a blanket, grab some snacks, get comfortable, because today we're going into the case of Trey Sesler, also known as Mr. Anime, also known as Lenscap Productions, and his descent into some very dark things. It's a very interesting one. It was actually very hard to read up on because you can just see how he just begins to... whatever. Okay, I'm talking too much. Let's just hop in. Upon YouTube starting up in around 2005, it wasn't the craziest website known to man. It was mainly just a bunch of random people putting random videos up on the internet, maybe just to get on the front page. You can even go back to the early days of YouTube and see how much has really developed over the years. Early videos by Smosh and even PewDiePie just show a major difference in how videos were created and uploaded onto the site. It was a lot more casual, nothing was taken too seriously. On September 14th of 2006, Trey Sesler decided to hop onto the website under the name Lenscap Productions. From his action skits, tutorials, gun test videos, and reviews on anime, it seems like Trey did it all. His channel often followed the older YouTube style. The initial start of his YouTube channel mainly consisted of action videos. Of course, this is 2006 YouTube that we're talking about, so his action videos weren't all that crazy. You can tell that Trey was having fun with what he did though. He used a lot of practical effects to get the job done, and some of them aren't even half bad considering the time it was made. One day though, on September 19th, 2007, he made an announcement video saying that he was going to focus more on reviews and thus refer to himself from then on as Mr. Anime. Trey was one of many YouTubers to pioneer the anime reviewing community within the site. He was noted for not faking it on camera. His delivery was often very direct and to the point. He didn't spaz out on camera to gain attention or try to sway his reviews because of public pressure. Trey reviewed anime in the most fair light that you could. Here are a few short clips of Trey reviewing a show.
Now, today's anime review is over a real nice show. I mean, it's probably one of the best shows I've seen in a very long time. That's right, it's Gantz, and it's a damn nice piece of ass. Yeah, there we go. The animation is so fan-tastic it should have won a prize. I mean, I don't know if it did or not, doesn't matter to me, but it should have. The animation in this show is so clean, it's wonderful. The violence is acted out well. I wouldn't know anything about it, of course, but the sex scenes look very good, pure, and genuine. I gotta say, they knew what they were doing when they animated this show. They must have been paying these guys like $50 an hour, because they did such a great job.
While he did make sketches and little action clips occasionally, his main focus from then on was just reviewing anime. He stuck with his content for a long time. You can tell his fascination for guns and violence was constant, even in his little sketches that he made. Not to say there's anything wrong with those things, but knowing how this all ends makes it a little sinister. Around 2010 is when things started to take a major turn for Sesler. It was alleged that he started killing animals that were in the woods and even a few pets. He even apparently took a few shots at broken down buildings and stores within his town. Now, once again, I'm saying allegedly because I don't want to just start putting words out into the world and them not be true. This is alleged. One video that was released by Trey that highlights a major turning point is one that was uploaded on November 12th of 2010, which was entitled, Mr. Anime is Injured. Here's what he had to say to his audience.
For insurance purposes, I cannot disclose what the accident was, but I will not be able to appear on camera for a little while until I become, well, I'm on camera right now, but I don't exactly look good on camera right now, if you know what I mean.
From this video onward just showed a darker descent into his madness, if you will. A few months later, he uploaded a video titled 22 Pistol Test, where he does exactly that. 5 days after this video is uploaded, he makes another video called 9mm Rifle Test, where he, once again, does exactly that. In this video, you can tell that something is a little off. His slurred speech and very staggered steps make it seem like he's a little drunk. One thing that is for certain, though, is that around this time, Trey would develop a serious obsession with mass shootings and serial killers. He started collecting more weapons and began researching on how to go through with a mass shooting. A couple of videos after these gun tests, he takes to his YouTube channel to let his audience know about a recent health diagnosis. It was just a case of pneumothorax, which he did recover from, so nothing too wild, but here's what he had to say to his audience.
Hi everybody, it's Trey here, aka Mr. Anime, and I guess I'm just going to cut right to the chase. No, I'm not quitting YouTube, if that's what some of you guys are thinking. But I've had a little bit of shortness of breath lately and a little bit of back pain and stuff. I haven't been sleeping too well. My eyes are a little swollen. That's why I'm wearing these sunshades. And it seems like I've got the diagnosis of pneumothorax. Basically, I'm leaking air from my lungs, and my lungs are running the possibility of collapsing.
His YouTube career would come to a halt with his 3 final videos on his account. His last 3 videos kind of tell a story in a way. His third to last was entitled Mr. Anime is Planning Something. His second to last was My Thoughts on NEETs. And his final video was Mr. Anime's New Job. I'll go over the contents of each video very briefly. In his video, Mr. Anime is Planning Something, he's mainly just saying that he has some plans for the future of his channel. He seems to be back to his normal self. He's very bubbly and smiley in it. He spoke on how things are just going well for him and that he's rewarding himself with a brief break after all the successes of his channel.
I'm going to reward myself with probably a 2 or 3 week break coming up here from YouTube videos, anime reviews in particular. I might do some blog stuff. I want to thank you guys a lot for sticking with me and watching the channel.
The next video is My Thoughts on NEETs. This video is a little bit of a mess. He doesn't look as bubbly in this one, and it seems to be back to his older self. He talks about how he's not really sure how to classify a NEET, which according to the Urban Dictionary is, quote, not in education, employment, or training, end quote. He spends a majority of the video kind of defending himself by saying he isn't a NEET, simply because he is working towards a more finalized goal of successfully running a channel. I feel the saddest part about this is the fact that he had a lot of potential to do so. His final video on his channel is Mr. Anime's New Job. This video is very brief and easy to digest. It seems like things are looking up for Trey. He's gotten a job in film and is going to balance the workload of his job and video making career at the same time. He seems to have a lot of good things coming his way and has a bright future. Or so everyone thought.
He is known on YouTube as Mr. Anime, this self-styled film critic whose videos have been watched more than 1 million times.
Hi, Mr. Anime here, and if you saw the title of the video, you know what this is all about.
According to police in Texas, this guy studied murder before becoming a mass killer. The 22-year-old is now in jail under $5 million bond and a suicide watch. He is charged with gunning down his school teacher father, his mother, and his older brother, all at the family's home.
It's in the early morning of March 20th, 2012. Trey asked his mother to meet him outside in the garage. When Trey Sesler stepped out, Trey would then shoot her in the chest at point-blank range. As soon as the first few shots rang out, he stepped inside the house and shot his brother, Mark Sesler, in the head. Lawton Sesler, his father, was woken up by the shots and entered the living room to investigate, only to be shot by Trey. On the walls in his home, he wrote several things, including, "Why did I do this? I love my mom, dad, and brother. I miss my brother, father, and mother. God, please forgive me because I can't forgive myself." From here, Trey killed the remaining pets in the house before carrying weapons and 100 rounds of ammunition to Waller High School down the street. His original plan was to kill at least 70 students at the school's pep rally in order to become the biggest mass murderer in history, as revealed in an interrogation. He killed his family first to spare them from knowing what he planned on doing next. However, Trey must have gotten cold feet. When he drove to Waller High School, where he graduated just a few years before, Trey sat in the parking lot and waited. He then drove off and was arrested by police soon after. Trey was interrogated almost immediately after the shooting, and it was very odd to say the least. There were apparently moments of him being completely detached, and other moments where he'd weep, understanding full well what he had done. Eventually, he told the police he killed his family to save them from the shame of what he was going to do. This was his reason for killing his family. The school was the target, but the family was more of an afterthought. Trey would then be sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole, upon his request, because he said he didn't want to possibly endanger others and himself. This now concludes Trey Sesler's story. And that brings us to the end. It's a very sad one, to say the least. This young man had such a bright future ahead of him, and he just decided to give in to his urges, if you will. You'll never know for sure what path he would have gone down if he had just maybe not done this, or if he had maybe sought out other things, but what was for certain was the fact that he could have made a really successful channel. It's very sad to see, and I hope his family forever rests in peace. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, why not like and subscribe? Kind of helps me out. I appreciate it. If you didn't, why not hit a dislike? Let me know what I can improve on. I'm always looking for constructive criticism. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see y'all in the next one. Hi everybody, it's future Caden here. I just realized as I was editing the video that I forgot to say this, but I'm going to say it now. Of course, in the description, as usual, I put the find a graves for all the victims, for the entirety of the Sesler family, except Trey, because he's still alive. But make sure you put some good energy out in the world. Put something down there, please. Thank you. Thank you for watching.